Punch is a great way to let you enjoy your party and not just spend the whole evening making drinks for all your guests. But at Cocktails Under Quarantine, we think that your drinks should always be beautiful, and that's why I'm going to show you how to make a proper punch bowl. From Durham, North Carolina, you're watching Cocktails Under Quarantine. I'm Suzanne, and again, we've partnered with the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill General Alumni Association to present this series of how to make holiday punches. And if you haven't already, now is a great time to pause and mash that like and subscribe button. So let's get into showing you how to make a truly beautiful punch bowl for your parties. So when you make punch, one of the things is that first you need to get a punch bowl, obviously. So this is one, I actually found it at a thrift store. So if you're making a batched cocktail for 10 to 12 people, a pitcher is great. But if you are having like a pretty serious party where you're having like 20 to 30 people, that's probably a time where you want to use a punch bowl because you need something that can hold some fairly substantial volume. So I got this at a thrift store. It came with a whole bunch of cups and you get your ladle and you're all set. But one of the things about punch is you need to both properly dilute the alcohol so it's not quite so intense and it's appropriate for your guests to drink. But also you need to keep it cool, and you want to keep it cool without over diluting it. And so this is a time where ice molds, ice rings really come in handy. So I'm going to show you how I make an ice ring. So you can see here, this is like my bundt pan that I use for making bundt cakes, but I think it makes a really great and pretty ice ring. So you can see I just put water in it and I froze it overnight, and hopefully I can get it out without too much difficulty. So one of the things you can do if you're having a little bit of a hassle getting it out is you can run it under some hot water, which I'm gonna go pause and go do that. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I ran my ice mold under a little bit of hot water and it came out like a dream. And so I'm just gonna gently float it in my punch, and I colored it Carolina blue because duh, we're doing this with Carolina. So you can see it just floats in there really nicely. It's pretty. It's gonna slowly melt, so it's not gonna overly dilute, but it'll keep things nice and cold. But I think it looks a little bit plain, so I think we should make it prettier. And so I cut up a lemon into some rings, and so we can just kind of add these and float these in here, and that will look really pretty. You can always put a little bit of spice on here. You can put like some sprigs of mint. But another thing that's fun and unexpected is just to add some fresh flowers. So these are some beautiful fall mums that I grew in my garden, so they're perfect for the fall winter season. And of course I grew them without any sorts of chemicals or pesticides. So if you're going to use fresh flowers, please use flowers that weren't grown with any pesticides, because you don't want that in your punch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of these mums and I'm just going to kind of pick the flower off, and I'm just going to, right at the head, I'm just going to snap them off, and I'm just going to float them in here. And they look so beautiful and cool, and I just love that. And it just is going to make your punch look so much more festive and beautiful, because I always want my drinks to taste amazing, but I always want my drinks to also look amazing. And you saw this took me like 2 minutes. It looks beautiful. It's so impressive. Guests are gonna come and they're gonna see your beautifully decorated and garnished punch bowl, and they're gonna immediately be drawn to it, and then you're gonna put something delicious in it and they're gonna wanna drink it, and it's gonna be just the best party ever. So that's how you make a beautiful punch bowl. As always, like and subscribe, and stay safe and drink responsibly.